The last day Tesla can operate stores in New Jersey. The luxury electric automaker plans to change the stores to galleries, which will force serious buyers across the river to make the purchase. Phil LeBoy joins us now with Forrest McConnell, chairman of the National Auto Dealers Association.
We're here at the J.D. Power Annual Auto Conference, which is held every year before the New York Auto Show, and we're joined by a special guest, Forrest McConnell, who is the chairman of the National Auto Dealers Association.
Thank you for having me.
And you guys are here at this conference at a time when there's a lot of transition in the auto industry. Let me start first off with a lot of questions that are swirling around whether or not dealership groups and dealership associations should be fighting Tesla in terms of opening up stores in different states. What's your position there?
Well, ultimately, it's the state's call on what to do as far as with their individual states. It's, the legislatures, the DMVs, what they know what's best for their state, and a lot of them, they take a lot of things into consideration. But the good news is that there have been, obviously, several of the issues been settled as far as with New Jersey, and but I know Ohio and New York have been settled out, and I think you'll see that in the coming months.
Today is the last day that Tesla can sell vehicles directly here in the state of New Jersey or just across the river in the state of New Jersey, and a lot of people are sitting at this conference and saying, is that fair? Do you personally believe that Tesla should be allowed to have stores selling directly to consumers?
I think it's up to the states. Whatever they decide is fine. It's up to the state policymakers what they come up with, and I think they'll find that they'll weigh the pros and cons. And there's a lot of advantages. Dealers, the franchise system, the important thing to know, the franchise system creates intense price competition, which drives down prices for customers where they can shop. Recall situations right now, they're there, and they put millions in the economy.
But when you talk with Mike Jackson, who runs AutoNation, chairman and CEO of AutoNation, he's come out, he runs the largest auto dealer group, and he says, let them sell cars directly. It's not going to hurt the other dealers. Do you understand that position?
Well, it's strictly up to the states. I mean, there are many states that let them sell direct. There's others that have extra layers of accountability that they put on. And so it's clearly up to the lawmakers what they decide in the DMVs.
A little later today, we're going to hear from GM CEO Mary Barra, who will be speaking at this conference, and then she'll be talking with reporters right afterwards. As you're watching this situation unfold with General Motors, what are your thoughts?
Well, I will tell you, Mary Barra I believe, is a good leader, and she is pushing forward to get with the 4,000 GM dealers that are spread all across this country, from New York to all these small rural communities, that customers can get their recall work done. Safety is the #1 concern for the dealers in this country, and to make sure that we take care of our customers.
And yet, about a third of all safety recalls are never performed. People don't bring them into the dealerships because they don't want to deal with the dealership.
Well, no, the good thing is that dealers are incentivized. We get paid to do those recalls. We have a huge incentive to get customers in, and I would encourage all customers, if they have a recall, come to the dealer, get it done. It won't cost anything. Make sure that your car is safe.
Last question. When you're hearing back from dealers about sales for the month of April, are we continuing to see the upward trend that we saw in March?
Car buyers are really coming out in droves. March was actually a record month with the bad weather. But I would tell you the one thing is that's also good news for the economy, because dealers generate 15% of all the sales tax in the entire country and employ 1 million people locally. Those are jobs that can't be outsourced overseas to China. And the good thing is it's good for the local economy and gives money to the things that people want in their hometown.
Forrest McConnell,
Thank
chairman
you
of the
very much.
National Auto Dealers Association, joining us from here at the J.D. Power Auto Conference. Carl, back to you.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Our Phil LeBeau. More and more.